Ave Satanis. Look at the beach. It's so pretty. Hopefully you can hear me over the waves. I don't know how to share this, but it's what I think of whenever people ask me, like, why am I a spiritual Satanist? Why Satan? Why the devil? Well, in my gnosis, only those who are willing to have love for the devil are those who could possibly ever understand the nature of God. The true God. Not what everyone says God is. The true God does not want submission. He wants those whom he teaches to self-actualize, to ascend or descend, however you want to conceptualize it. To become as gods themselves, to better this universe, to take responsibility for it, to wield power, and to share knowledge. Because there are so many forces around us disconnecting us from who we are, from why we're here. And we mustn't ever taint his image by using it that way. That does not mean we cannot use his image in our movements that stand for something. But if we do, we must be careful to honor that image correctly. And who best to ask about how to do that than he himself? Lilith once said to me, when I asked her, do you prefer to be known as a goddess or a demon? She answered with, well, those who do not accept me as a demon do not deserve me as a goddess. Fair enough. And that is how I think I've been prepared by her to accept my Lord Satan into my life, because Lilith taught me how to wear the mask of evil. And what I mean by that is not to do things that I would consider evil. I don't do those things, that's why I consider them evil. But to not worry so much about how others may label me or describe me, and instead use the mask that they put upon me, this label, to do good, to show in contrast with my actions, with my power. You know, there are people in this world who believe that my love for another woman is evil. You know? There are people in this world that believe my love for both men and women is evil. There are people who believe that racial equality is evil. If that is evil, I don't want to be good. You know? And I'm not trying to generalize everyone of Abrahamic faiths. I know there are people who walk those paths who agree with me on those things. But I'm saying when people accuse you of evil, A, is it something you're doing? If it is something you're doing, is it something that you are proud to do? Is it something that elevates you spiritually, psychologically, whatever, in a healthy way? And then B, if it's something you're not doing, if it is something that benefits you, then the fuck do you care if it's evil, right? What does evil mean in that context? Unless you're hurting other people, I don't understand what's evil about it, right? So just keep doing it. And then B, if it's something you're not doing, then keep not doing it. You know, show what you do instead, and people will see that, and the gods will see that, more importantly. Look at that. Look at those waves are picking up. You know, I remember entering into the witchcraft community, and there was all this huff and fuss about trying to look good. Trying to look like a good witch. That we were not bad, that we weren't sacrificing things or whatever. And the fact is, like, so what if we fucking were? I mean, like, so what if we were? There are cultures that do that ethically. So what if we are Satanists? So what if we are perverted people, you know, perverted consenting adults having free love in the woods, you know, like, so what? Some of us are, you know, some of us are all of those things. And the problem with, like, this image, or trying to conform to, like, what we think would make Christians happy, so they stop persecuting us, so they stop trying to terrorize us and harass us and discriminate against us, like, they're never going to stop that. They have never stopped doing that to anyone they consider different, including other Christians. Why would they stop doing that to us? They will never stop doing that to us. They have made up their minds. Even if you are not like me and you don't literally worship the devil, like, anything that is not theirs, they consider him. They consider the devil. Like, anything, even if it's Catholic, even if you use Jesus, like, they don't care. There are some people in this world that have made their minds up about you, and there's nothing you will do to change their mind. And you cannot weigh your worth on that. You cannot weigh your identity upon that. Instead, act in your own integrity. Act through your own values, and you will connect with people who share those values. Right? And anything that you are falsely accused of will look ridiculous. I'm not saying this because anything happened. Nothing happened. I know how people on social media like to take an abstract thought and feel like I'm sub-posting or something. But it's more like a greater pattern in my life, and it makes sense why the adversary, the scapegoat, these archetypes. Lilith, being the promiscuous woman that's blamed for everything. Like, it's interesting why these archetypes chose me, why these gods chose me. And how their stories can line up with my life, can line up with my story. And I think that's what's so fascinating when I talk to people who venerate other deities, because I get to learn about that person's story. Whether they know that that's what they're speaking on or not. Like, the gods who choose us do so for a reason. I'm always learning why Mother Lilith and Lord Satan have chosen me. But I know what the main reasons are. I know what the theme is, And I also know that all those things I went through, I would go through anyway, with or without them. And I'm truly grateful that I didn't have to go through it without them. I'm truly grateful that regardless of whether or not I knew they were there, they were. Even if I stopped believing in them next hour, they will not cease to exist. Their presence in my life will not disappear. Not automatically, but if I'm ignoring them, maybe. But in the past, their influence over my life is still here. It's why I'm even here right now in front of this beach, right in this moment. I guess what I'm still learning is what I can do in return. What I can do for them. So, those are just my thoughts today. See you guys next time.